So, what I'm thinking about today on my mission to upgrade myself is the critical importance our most frequented human interactions are. The influence we share with one another and how unseen it can be, but how powerful and unstoppable it can be. The idea I like to use to capture this notion is one borrowed from science. Heat, actually. Think about what happens when you drop ice cubes in boiling water. Technically, what happens? Everybody knows the ice melts. But technically, also, the water is cooled just a bit because the energy transfers both ways in the process of ice melting. Well, I like to remind myself that there's a similar phenomenon that happens among people. We slowly become who we hang around. We start to share our characteristics, our mannerisms, our ideas, our philosophies, our thoughts, our fears, our realities, our lies. We share all these things with the people we hang around with most. And lots of times we pick up things subtly, not even being aware of it. Sometimes we are aware of it. Sometimes, somebody new enters your circle or your life and they have a weird laugh, and suddenly you find yourself with that same weird laugh. Or suddenly you hang around somebody that has a repetitive phrase they use really often, and magically you find yourself using that same repetitive phrase. What I like to remind myself of, because it's critical, is that in the analogy of ice and boiling water, it could not be stopped, and it was not up to either the ice or the water, right? So the same thing happens with us. A lot of times we think we can consciously separate who we are from who we hang around. Just would like to remind myself and you guys that that's not always the case. If you hang around with people that read all the time, chances are over time you will read more. If you hang out with people that are consciously pursuing increasing their level of health and wellness and fitness, you will consciously start to do healthier things over time. Likewise, if you hang around people that are grossly disrespectful, you will find yourself doing some things that are disrespectful, or at least becoming more and more tolerant to disrespectful people. You cannot stop the transfer either way. So what I am challenged to remind myself of, and I'm challenging anybody tuning into these random thoughts, are to realize that many people in our most frequent interactions are family, friends, co-workers, people by proximity. So what you may want to do, or what I suggest I will do, let me just talk about what I will do. My prescription is to make sure that I have as much or more positive influence in my most frequented information sharing than I do general and random interactions. So I realize that we all have family, friends, and that's family by blood and family by choice, right? But we hang around with a lot of different types of people with lots of different worldviews and lots of different motives. It is very empowering and seems very practical for you to make sure that a large part or an extended part of your sharing, or at least the information you consume, the ideas you take in, are from people that are at least like-minded or on the hunt that you are on, or past the hunt that you are on. And you can augment this by using audio tapes, videotapes, recorded seminars. There's a host of things you can do to input the sharing of ideas from others. You can select where you get that information from. And that can help you balance out some of the other relationships you have in your life that may not be in your best interest. So remember, this heat, right? Heat is the transfer of energy from one system to its surroundings. It goes back and forth. And I would say that human heat is the same thing.